Okay, so I was out here working on the truck. Rachel got Russell out working with him and stuff, and he actually followed her to the back porch. And this is the first meeting of Russell and Mr. Mojo. Mojo, what do you think? Huh? You're wagging your tail. What do you think of Mr. Russell? Russ, what do you think of this giant white polar bear looking dog?
I don't know.
Mojo's like, oh, I don't know about these new guys. What do you think? Skeeter, come. Hey, Mo. Hey, Russ, look at Mr. Mo. You want to meet him?
He saw him yesterday and he took off running.
He did?
Yeah.
Come here, Mo.
I just gave him eggs so he smells it on my hand. Yeah, look here.
What do you think? Mojo, meet Russell. Smells like a puppy. Looks like a puppy. Hey, Mom. I'm still your number one.
I know.
Russell, give Mo a kiss. Give him a sniff.
He
He
said,
said, my mama said I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
come here, Russ. Come here.
Come here, Russ.
Look at him sniffing in the air.
He said, that dog smells big. And he looks big. He said, oh, I don't know. He said, I'm going to go talk to Mom.
Come here, Russell. Look,
He said, I don't know about this.
He's going to be your new best friend. Come here. It's okay. It's okay.
Come here, Skeet. Skeeter. Mo? I don't know about these young kids, he said. Look, he's smelling in the air. He said, that dog smells weird. Russell? You ever seen a dog that big? Your mom and dad ain't quite that big. He said, I smell him. He said, I smell him. I know he's here somewhere. Mojo, what do you think? What do you think? You think Russell's going to work out okay? You think Russell's going to work out okay? Skeeter and Russell are used to each other now. They're pretty good playmates.
Come here, Mo.
Russell running circles around, and Russell said, I kind of want up here on the porch. What are you... Come on, I'll pet you if you come over here. Come on. We got to do your introduction with Mr. Russell. Come on, we got to start training Russell.
Come here, Mo.
Come on, or he's going to come to you.
Come here.
Come here, Mo. Good boy.
Come here, Russ.
Good boy.
Here, Mo. Mojo.
He's smelling for him. It's like they're both shy, kind of. Russell's just really aware. He's a puppy. Come here. You ain't shy. Come here.
Let's give him a minute and get him.
Yeah, it'll take some time.
We don't want to push it too fast.
Mr. Mo's been napping anyway. He's not really in play mode. I don't think he's been napping. Come here, Mo. Come on. Come here, I'll pet you. Come here. He said, nope, I'm staying on the porch.
No, you sissy.
Russell, you must be intimidating. What do you think? Now he's growling at Skeeter because Skeeter keeps pestering him. He don't want to play, Skeeter. Play with Russell. He's a puppy. He's got all kinds of energy. Mojo's old. He only likes to play when he wants to play. All right, you take your time, but at least you guys know each other now, right? So don't be shy next time. All right, so I got to talk about something. So you guys remember we've been cleaning up the pasture and stuff. I had a bunch of scrap steel, a bunch of old fencing, old lawnmower, stuff like that in the back of this dump truck. And had it piled up. I don't know if I got a picture or not to show, but I had it piled way up, just full of old scrap iron and stuff like that. Well, I got in the truck this morning to fire it up and check the tires and everything before I hauled it off to the scrap yard to recycle the metal. And I look over here, there was a, there was so much stuff in here. There was just a couple places where animals could get. I thought the cats might have been in there, but that wasn't the problem. Some chickens had been getting in there, and there was about 30 some eggs in a big clutch laying right there, and I couldn't even get them out before I took the truck. There was a freaking chicken in there somewhere when I backed up here. She was trying to get out. She wasn't playing on them, and I seen them over there. She got another nest somewhere. There's 30 eggs. To the scrapyard. So, scrapyard got a few dozen eggs as well. And then my battery died. The battery is, let's see, February of 19. So, battery's over 5 years old. So, I'm going to take that out here in just a second and go swap it out and grab a new battery. I think Russell's ready to go back to his mom and dad. But anyway, the old truck ran good. It's got a power steering leak. I got to replace a hose. But other than that, I just got to replace the battery. You want to go see your mama? Huh? You want to go tell your mama you met Mojo? Come on. Good boy. So Rachel had him on the leash for about 20 minutes this morning, working with him, and he did really good. Come on. He said, oh, I found some shade over here. Come on, here's your mom and dad. Come on, come here, Russ. Come tell them who you met. Look, what are you smelling in the air for? Come on, Russell. Good boy. Come on, come tell your mama. Come tell your mama. Good boy. He's training. He's getting to go in the yard with the other dogs. He gets to go up to the house because he's going to be a multi-purpose protector dog. Oh, she smells Mojo on him. It's still your son. You guys know she's not real friendly with Mojo. For whatever reason, Miss Cora does not like Mojo or big white Great Pyrenees. So we're trying to introduce Russell, which is her son, to Mojo because Russell is going to be a dog we're going to let out in our yard. We're going to let in the front pen with the goats and the chickens and the emus. So we're slowly trying to train him up. He's 10 weeks old. We got to get him used to all the other animals, especially like the emus, because the emus are pretty protective of their goats over there. They get used to the animals over there, and then any other new animal that's introduced, they're kind of very leery of them, and they'll kind of chase them off and kind of like try to figure out if it's safe or not for all the other animals. They're kind of protectors of the geese and the chickens as well, so they're very curious. But just little steps, a little bit at a time. We're working with him on the leash, like you guys know, getting him in the yard, getting him used to the cats, Skeeter, and now Mojo. He's finally met Mojo, so that was a big step. But you can see it's a nice spring day. The bees are absolutely out and about today. The goats have been, they go right at sunlight or daylight. These goats will get up and they'll start foraging and browsing all through the timbers, the grass they'll go through, eat all the weeds they can find, eat some clover. And you guys can see all these trees are starting to kind of bud out a little bit. The leaves are starting to come on, and the goats absolutely love that, probably more than anything. But the rest of them, they're just kind of chilling, just kind of relaxing in the sunshine. We got nice cool morning, still 35 degrees or so. Now it's about 60. Sun's super warm. So these goats like to lay out in the sunshine. They kind of radiate the heat. And they'll just sit here and sleep and chew on their cud. You can see we still got a lot of kids. We haven't sold any kids yet. There's a couple in here I'm probably going to end up keeping for breeder bucks. I got two that I really like. Stripe is one. He's half Kiko and half Spanish. And then we got a little baldy face one, that black one there with the white face. He's a pretty good looking buck. We'll probably keep them and let them breed back our does. We'll see. We still got some that are babies. They're actually big, but they're still on their mamas for milk. But Mr. Russell is adjusting just fine on the farm. He's actually doing really well. He knows to be very cautious around the goats, because if he gets too close to these mama goats or their babies, you know, they'll show him some horns, and I'm sure he's been rolled a few times because we're not out here 24/7. And every once in a while, if he gets too close, they'll kind of put him in his place. So you can see how he's kind of going around the long way just so he doesn't bother anyone. But he's already really used to the goats. Look at him. He comes over here and lays down right with them. So that is a very good sign. Anyways, we just wanted to make a little short video showing Russell's first introduction to Mr. Mojo. And I wanted to videotape it the first time we did it. And I had no intentions of doing a video right now, but it worked out just great. So can't ask for anything better. A little bit at a time, like I said, but it is a beautiful day. Cora, Leesky, Rachel come out and filled up all the waters. I'm off work today, so like I said, I don't normally video in the mornings, but when stuff happens like that, we try to grab our phones or whatever we can and try to film it. One thing that I was talking about, the bees. I mean, these bees are going crazy. Look at this one. Wait, where'd it go? There's a bee somewhere. I'm not focusing on it. Oh, right there. He is loaded with pollen. Little honeybee. Look at all that pollen on his legs. He's grabbing all that pollen from them dandelions and taking it back, and that's food for their little brood, their little babies. But a lot of people like to spray their yards and keep all these weeds and stuff out of their yard. Now, we mow about 2.5 acres here, and you can see these are all weeds. There's very little grass coming in right now because it's still pretty early. There's some Bermuda coming up, but most of it is dandelions and these wildflowers. And then there's some of that nettle, or what, I can't remember what that's called. I think it's nettle. Got some clutches of grass and stuff, but most of this is weeds. To a lot of people, they don't want this in their yard, but I purposely don't spray all this. I don't mow it just yet. I'm going to have to mow it here pretty soon. But I mean, just about everywhere you look, I mean, there's so many bees. And you guys know we got the beehives. There's a bunch of pollen on this one's legs too. I don't know if I can get close enough to see it or not. You see all that pollen. Skater, you better leave them alone. Hey, they'll get you. You know better than that. But oh man, you can't hardly walk out here without stepping on the bees. And then we've had a little bit of rain, but like I said, it is a nice sunny day. The bees are out and about. This is a perfect time for them to start foraging. They got to get a head start because they're starting to lay, the queens are starting to lay a lot of eggs and getting all the brood and all that. They got to feed them. So they're out and about doing all their stuff, collecting nectar and pollen. We'll walk over to the beehive here in just a minute and see how active it is. Let's just go right now. Uh-oh. The dog spots something. I don't know if they see birds or if the goats are getting too far away or what. Let's go over here and see if we see anything. And I apologize. A little different video. I'm using my phone. Normally I would use my camera, but like I said, Russell was out in the yard. I was working on the truck, and he wanted to go see Mojo, so we just decided we were going to film it. What are you barking at there, Leesky? Is there a threat? Huh? Is there a threat somewhere, buddy? No, what he's barking at. We got most of the goats are sitting here lounging. They've already been out foraging and eating. Then you got that black one way over there still doing. She must have not got enough to eat. But I mean, we got these wildflowers everywhere, and I mean, the bees are everywhere. The pollinators are out. There's 3 bees right there. Butterflies everywhere. If Kyle was here, she'd be trying to catch butterflies. We don't have our garden out yet, so we don't have anything out in the garden. This is a little mulberry tree right here. Rachel's mother gave this to us several years ago, and I planted it right here. And this is one thing that I was very irritated about, is these stinking goats that keep getting out in the yard. You can see where they've been coming and eating the bark off the trees. Oh man, the bees are going crazy. And look at this. I got to get this fixed. The lid blew off. But let me kind of zoom in here if I can. Look at this. The bees are going absolutely crazy. They're missing their top. I don't know how it blew off. I had that rock on there. So we got to get that fixed for sure before it rains again. And this one, I've got to replace the whole bottom board. You can see the water has just kind of rotted it away after so many years. And the thing's leaning pretty good now, so we got to get that fixed too. But yeah, that's our beehives. These two right here, there's no bees in there, but we got these two here, and then way back there, I can show you guys without getting stung here. That white and orange box back there, that's a beehive as well. And these are a couple of pear trees. I've seen a lot of blooms on them a couple weeks ago. There's some pears, but I was worried because we kept getting these frost, and it looks like it got most of the fruit on here. I don't know if this tree will bloom again or not, but this is an actual Bartlett pear, I believe. And one's a moon glow, but they were both bloomed out. Okay, there's a couple of little pears. I don't know if you guys can see them or not, but yeah, there's one there too. So maybe we'll get a little fruit off of them. I was hoping they might bloom again, but that's one bad thing about living in Oklahoma with the fruit trees is everything comes into bloom real early because we get these really warm days, and sometimes for like a week or so it'll be in the 80s. Like in February, March, everything will bloom out, and then March, April, we get these late night frost, and it comes and it kind of zaps everything and kills all the blooms and all the fruit that's already on the trees, and then we ended up not getting anything. So that's unfortunate, but that's just part of living here in Northeast Oklahoma. There's good things and then there's bad things. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I got some stuff to do. I gotta go get the battery out of this truck and go exchange the core for a new battery put in the dump truck. I got some plans. I want to go down to the lake and do some work hopefully this weekend. I've got to get started on this chicken coop. You guys know I started on it and I kind of took a break because we had the Okie Homesteading Expo and we had all kinds of stuff going on, and I couldn't just dedicate full time to it. And once I get started with something, I like to finish it. And I actually got to a spot where I could call it quits for a while, so I kind of just quit working on it for a little bit. But we need to get back on that. Got to get the paint, get it painted, and then we'll build the fence around it and all that, make the run, and put the chickens in there. Like I said, we had 30 some chicken eggs in the back of the dump truck. That's 30 some chicken eggs that we could have been freeze drying or feeding back to the dogs or just eating ourselves. But we had no idea those chickens were laying those eggs over there. And just like Betty, the black hen, she was going out in the woods. No telling how many eggs she laid out there. She ended up hatching 5 babies. Brought them back to the farmer. We actually got them pinned up if you guys caught the last video. So that was lucky that she brought them back before the predators ate them. And she might have actually hatched 10 or 12. And the snakes are out now. The owls are always looking for a snack. So she might have already lost some and she got tired of it. And hopefully that's why she brought them back. But anyways, it is what it is. So love you guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different, and just like to show things as they happen. You just never know what's going to happen, because when you got animals, sometimes they're unpredictable. Russell was ready to meet Mojo. Mojo was in the back porch, and he went right up to him, and it went well. So a little bit at a time, like we said. This is part of the livestock guardian dog training, puppy training anyways, but I'll take it because it all went well. So love you guys. Leave us a comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, like this video, and we'll see you next time.